This 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face. Blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.
Such sights to show you. We'll tear your soul apart.
Hey everybody, you're watching Death Curse Society. That's why you can see me.
Just in the middle of a dream, I was kissing Valentino by a crystal blue Italian stream. But I can't be late, 'cause then I guess I just won't get paid. These are the days when you wish your bed was already made. It's just another manic Monday. It was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. I don't have to run day. It's just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. It's just another manic Monday.
Real cute, that? Bob. Real cute.
Just like a turd that emerges from a butthole. You're right.
That's a great way to start the show right there. Hey, gang, welcome to Monday Maniacs and Death Curse Society. I'm Red Crank. I got the Colonel emerging like a turd from a butthole and Zigzag. How's it going, gang?
It kind of has the asshole contortions, the lip stretches and stuff on the top of the shirt there, so it did fit very well.
Okay. Okay.
We haven't derailed in the first 10 seconds in a while. I might as well get it out of the way.
Yeah, but let's not.
Let's
Let's not right now,
Let's get
man.
it out of the system now, so we're not doing that stupid shit when we're reviewing Nope.
That's right.
Damn it. God damn it. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope we didn't scare you off yet. We are going to be talking about a plethora of things tonight. First off, we're going to cover and do our review of the new Jordan Peele movie, Nope. We're going to talk about that here real soon. Later on, we haven't had a chance to talk about it yet, but we're going to talk about the Halloween Ends trailer. We're going to talk about the new Bodies, Bodies, Bodies trailer that we've seen a couple of times in the last several months in theaters. We're going to talk a little bit about the Interview with the Vampire trailer that just dropped at San Diego Comic-Con this last weekend. And also a new soundtrack release coming out from Klaatu Records. We're going to talk a little bit about the Hello Mary Lou soundtrack that is being exclusively brought to you from Klaatu Records. So stay tuned for all that. But before we get into all that, and before we check in with the boys, let me first say special thanks to our members, our final girls and guys, Corey, Chris, Lorena, Christy, Luke, S. Michael, Patricia, Tanya, and Tyrone, and of course, our Crazy Ralphs, Angelo and Raymond, and our camp counselors, Stacy, Lynn, Orlando, Kiara, and Dave.
By the way, Corey, if you're out there, I'm not sure. I have to get your address. I had to go back and review the tapes of the last game show we did to figure out who won the Ash poster, and it's you, my friend. So we got to get that out to you. I got it. So I go, what the hell is this tube sitting here? And yeah, my bad. So just need your address, and we'll get that right in the mail.
There we go.
It's my fault. I'll say it. I'll admit it.
I got to reach out to Corey as well. So
Yeah.
if I get an address from him, or if I touch base with him, I'll get the address to you. Anyway, fellas, how was your week? Colonel, I know you at least watched some horror besides what we're going to review. What else did you watch this week?
Well, I watched a few things. I don't know if it was necessarily horror per se with one of them. I watched the Guar documentary. It was pretty fucking good. Definitely worth the 2 hours. I attempted to finally get around to watching The Cursed. I'm lame and fell asleep. I gotta start over. I got to try it again. I'm sorry. It wasn't because it was boring. I was just fucking tired. I was enjoying it, but I just passed out. So I need to start over and give it its fair due, fair shot.
God damn it, Colonel. All right. That was it, huh? Cursed? Half of it, anyway?
And
Part of it?
fell asleep.
No, I checked. There's like an hour and 47 minutes left. So I don't even know how fucking far. I don't think I got that far.
You got past the credits.
I've seen the beginning of The Curse. That's the last thing I remember seeing.
All right. Ziggy, what about you? Did you see anything else this week or do anything special?
I did a bunch of stuff this week. I had quite a busy week. And it's funny because I was talking about The Curse with someone who came highly recommended to me and said, listen, what are you sleeping on that one for? Get in there and check it out. And I plan to. I want to see this one as well. But my week started, we did Monday Maniacs. We got off the air. And then Tuesday, I'll skip Tuesday for a second. I'll jump to Wednesday because Tuesday was its own trip in itself. Wednesday, we went to the indoor skydiving thing. You ever heard of this? It's called iFly. It's popping up all over the fucking place. And you actually get into this giant cylinder that's, 30 feet tall, 40 feet tall. And it's like you jumped out of a fucking airplane, man. They got you with the diamond pose, diamond cutter, like that. And you got to arch your back, stick your chin out and your legs. Dude, it's crazy. And then you pay a few bucks more, they'll take you on the high flight where they grab the handles on your back and spin you around and they take you up 40 feet, man. It was a trip.
Nope.
Not going up?
Don't need that much.
I queased a little bit, I have to admit, man. When I was up there, I was like, oh, I'm glad this is only like 10 seconds because, fuck, dude, it's a trip. But if you can get good at this thing, they'll let you fly around like Superman in there, man. It's crazy. And I don't know. I can't say yes, I can't say no. It was definitely a life experience for sure. But let me digress back to Tuesday when special guest of Death Curse Society, he's been on the show, Mr. Joseph Scott. Remember this man. This is the guy that hits all the movie locations all around the United States, and he plans to go to Europe next year and do the hike across the moors, American Werewolf in London style. I can get involved in that, man. I'm so down with that, too. That'll be so fucking sick. Anyways, Joseph is originally from Michigan. He lives in California now. And he met Jamie Lee Curtis, the whole thing, she came down and, the Halloween movie gave him the blueprint in his young mind to escape from some maniac with a fucking knife. For real. And he thanked Jamie Lee Curtis. Big fucking thing. Cool fucking guy. So down to earth. Just salt of the earth guy. But he was in Michigan. He came home. And we hooked up, man. He came down. He made some time in his schedule. And we visited the Scream 4 house in Northville. And he'd been there before. He talked to the owners 3 years ago. We went back. They remembered him. And they invited us in. We shot the whole thing, the whole inside and out. We saw the stuff inside. There's props there that they kept. The Wes Craven's director's chair, a fully signed poster, but it's just seeing the house. But it wasn't just that. The owners of the house, Deb and Tom, they had stories because they were there. They rented their house out. They were the owners when Scream 4 was filmed there and ended up being hired to make sure the sprinklers wouldn't go off at 5 in the morning, to make sure the alarms at the garage wouldn't go off. So they were on set every day. She has fucking stories nobody knows unless you were on this crew. So we got some footage, and we got her and her son to agree. They're going to join us on a future edition of Monday Maniacs. We're going to break this down and hear some of these fucking exclusive stories. I'm telling you, we were hanging on her every word. Even Joseph didn't get some of this dirt. So it's going to be a good time. We're going to do it, I think, September, maybe October, Halloween season. We're going to see when everyone's available, but this is going to be a can't miss. And it was a great fucking time. We spent like 2 hours in this house. I don't know these people, but they were that cool. And I can't wait for you to meet them too. It was fucking awesome.
Hey, Halloween this year falls on a Monday.
Aha!
Should we do it then? Should we try to? I mean, if they're available that night.
I'm gonna ask them because we've exchanged, the correspondence and everything, and we'll pick a day. And I may want to go get some more shots of different things out there. But I think I got everything that because as she's telling stories, I'm standing behind her shooting what she's saying. We're gonna sync it up to the movie so we can piece it all together, and it should be a nice package. But it's these stories. I'm telling you, man, this shit isn't out there. This stuff is only if you were on that 100-man crew that you heard any of this or maybe experienced some of this nonsense. So I cannot wait to get to this because it was a trip. It was a fucking trip, and it's going to be good stuff. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Nice.
So that was pretty much
we can talk about it after the show, but I know with the kids, your Halloween may be up in the air. We haven't figured that out yet, but we'll talk about it and see. But that would be a good special event kind of thing, I think. But
I'm not sure. We might not. We might even go over there and just set up some cameras and just tape it right there in the room over there. I'm honestly pretty damn close to it. I'm like 25 minutes away from this thing. So,
damn,
pretty cool.
Well, line me up, cocksucker.
Yeah, I know, man. It's crazy. I didn't because we went to Ann Arbor. It all says Ann Arbor, Michigan, which is north of there. And we went to a house there, and he was going, "Nah, this ain't it. This ain't it." And I was like, "Well, it has to be in there, but it's in one scene of one of the girls. They just show it as she's like going hello on the phone in the movie, and that's it. You don't see it again. So it's an exterior only. The other one is the fucking murder house. It's straight up, and the house across the street. Oh my god, man! This was cool. This was fucking cool, and I can't wait. We got it. You're gonna get it. So it's coming.
Yeah. I think we're all kind of becoming junkies now of these film locations too. So
and right in my own fucking backyard with this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you, Joseph, if you're watching. Thank you for introducing that side of the fandom to us.
I'm asking Joseph to come on that day too. He may just be there, but I think it's appropriate just because he's the one that got it all lined up and he's into this too. But could you please give me the solo camera there, Crank, just for a second?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Look good in red. Joseph was good enough to give you guys some presents and me. He hooked us all up, and basically what he did, one of his stops that he was at over in Pennsylvania, I think, and he went to the mine where they shot My Bloody Valentine 3D, and we have actual coal from the mine.
Oh, cool.
all three of us got a bag. So Joseph, thank you so much, man. Very cool of you
Nice.
to do that.
Thank you.
Think about
Thank
that
you.
way. Yeah, man.
Yeah, thanks, Joseph.
But pretty cool. All right.
I'll have to put that in my cold room in my basement.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm thinking I'm gonna get like little jars for us. We can fit it in, and then it's not a sticker. It's just like a little, like a photo almost of the movie cover. So
Well, we can put that inside the jar. or
Exactly.
we can attach it outside the
right,
jar.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, but it's really cool, man. Cool stuff. He's like, oh yeah, here. I ended up leaving one of my extra shirts in his car that I never put on. So there you go, Joseph. You got an extra shirt for your troubles.
All right. Cool.
That was my week.
Excellent, guys. Glad you guys had a good week. I haven't watched a whole lot of horror movies this week. Can't really remember anything that I've watched this week, to be honest with you. It's been mostly just stuff on in the background. But I do want to thank my buddy Jonathan, who is a karaoke regular, who hooked me up. I'm going solo this time. Hold on. Let me get over here. He knows my birthday is coming up, and he hooked me up with a nice Nightmare 3 shirt. Brought this to me on Wednesday and gave it to me. So, appreciate it, Jonathan.
Arguably one of the best 2 of the series.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely the best 2 in the series.
I was trying to be nice,
I like how you said that. Anyway, looks like most of the gang is here already. So Stacy Lynn, she's on vacation. She popped in to say Happy Monday. Adam's here. Adam, I can't remember the exact question that you brought up about Nope, but bring that up later when it's appropriate, and we'll talk about that. I do remember being like, yes, let's discuss that. Corey's here. Says,
there he
did
is.
you miss out on a new episode of DCS? Nope. That's right. Nope. Patricia's here. Lorena. BK. That's right. And yes, BK hasn't seen the movie yet. No spoilers. We will possibly have a... Yeah, we will have a possible spoiler portion. We'll try to let you know when that is. Well, no, we will let you know when that is, but I think most of this we can get through without spoiling at all.
I'm of the mind where I don't want to, because this is a movie that you kind of need. You want to figure out what the fuck's going on as it's going on. You don't want to know going in what it is. And
I'm of the mind there's one particular scene I want to fucking spoil. I'll do my best not to.
I think I know what you're getting at. There's only a couple of things it could be, so...
Yeah.
And then one was horrible. Well, they're both horrible, really, if you think about it.
This was a good one. Patricia says, since it's called Nope, I wonder if Billy Zane makes an appearance. He's a whole bunch of Nope.
I think he did. I think he was in a flashback scene from 1996. No, it was 98 because it was the second season.
Right. Was he that big pile of shit that was in the corner? Was that him?
Yeah. I would say he's a shit thrower.
Stop it.
Yes.
Lorena says, hey, you're all kicking ass in the t-shirt department tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, man. CJ's here. Hey, CJ.
Hey!
Happy birthday also, I believe. She says she watched Nope yesterday, so I'm curious about y'all's thoughts. We're going to get into that real quick.
It's
real
coming.
soon, so stick around. C-Phase is here. S. Michael's here.
Yeah.
Tarek's here.
What up, brother?
Yeah, and that looks like everybody. So, all right, gang, let's get into it.
We like to say.
I want to know, did Jordan Peele deliver with Nope? Colonel, I'll start with you.
Oh, that's a loaded question.
It is. I mean, there was a lot of hype behind this, so...
I'll stop the shit jokes for the time being. I think
Rim's got ready to go, dude, so just as you were.
Yeah, so I'll admit, I think he delivered. Even though... no spoilers. He delivered even though it was a slow burn. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the slowest burn for me, especially in the theater. I'll be honest, there were a couple times I was like, you know, like, let's fucking go.
Somebody nudging you?
But it was very fitting for the story. As odd as that is to say, like, it made sense. I didn't care for it, but it made sense. But man, I kind of have a hard time calling this a horror film.
Oh, our own fucking Crank, our own guy.
What? Well, what it is, it is.
You're gonna make me turn into Chuck Schumer.
Yeah.
Stare at you over the glasses. What are you?
You're gonna get. I'm not wearing any, and I'm taking them off and shit, man. What the fuck?
What the fuck you guys talking about? This is a fucking sci-fi movie, man. See, now you guys are getting all sidetracked because give me your fucking uppity shit. Get off your fucking high horse tonight, goddammit. We're reviewing the movie. We're giving our thoughts.
Dude, I'm sunken waiting.
Because they had jump scares. They were well-timed jump scares, but that was the scariest thing about the fucking movie. The rest of it, I kind of felt like I was just, watching a horror/sci-fi movie. That's what it was. I'm sorry.
You still said horror/sci-fi movie.
Well, to appease you two assholes, I got enough shit last week for In the Mouth of Madness. I ain't trying to get shit on them again this week. Just go. You got me all out of whack. I mean, I'm done. I gotta go to the next topic.
God damn it.
So pass it to Ziggy.
Alright. So, not horror enough for the Colonel. Ziggy, what about you? Did Jordan Peele deliver in the horror department?
It's I don't want to get into all that just yet with is it horror, but did he deliver it with a good movie? With a well-paced story? Yes, he did. It takes forever to get going in this thing. Forever. And it almost kind of, it fits the scenery because it's this sleepy-ass, dusty-ass, desert-ass town that they're doing this at, a couple of tourist traps. But once it gets going and you realize what's happening, and then, there's elements to it, they just kind of merge in there. You're kind of like, what does this have to do with this and any of this? But it's still, you can't look away. It's a car accident sometimes, some of the shit going on in this movie. And there is deep, horrible moments that is not supernatural at all. Science fiction, okay. But there's more. There's just natural human life. Darwin, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just, it's decent. If it's nothing else, it's fucking original, man. You've not seen anything like this. That I can say. But did he deliver? I say, hell yeah, he did. Hell yeah.
All right. Did either of you two see it in IMAX by chance?
No, but I was thinking this would be pretty cool on the biggest screen possible.
Yeah, I'm considering going and rewatching it in IMAX at some point before it gets ripped out. Did this deliver for me? Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know what to, with a lot of Jordan Peele's work, I don't really know what to expect. I know there's going to be twists. I know there's going to be social commentary of some sort, obviously, and I know it's going to be, but I also know it's going to be done so beautifully, and the technical and artistic aspects of it are going to be done so well that my eyes are going to be pleased by what's on the screen. Story-wise, yeah, I think he delivers, and mostly, the reason I say that is we hear people all the fucking time talking about, well, there's never anything original coming out in the horror. It's all remakes and sequels and blah, blah, blah. Okay, here's an original movie. Well, no, that sucks. And I'm like, then you are impossible to please. You are a woman who has had her G-spot fucking surgically removed because you cannot be pleased. I don't mean that. I mean that metaphorically.
Well, you're not lying, though. 'Cause let's be honest. I mean, you guys are fucking with me and threw me off my fucking train of thought.
Fuck back, sir.
I said no more shit jokes. I was trying to keep it straight. But I will admit, this is the most original horror at least the most original take on alien films I have seen in a long fucking time.
Okay. All right. You brought up the fact that it is a slow burn, and I wanna explore that for a minute, because I think part of that was necessary to make that last 40 minutes just really run, because that last 45 minutes it's a fucking roller coaster, man. You're in for a ride. But also, the mundanity of the characters' just everyday lives, you kind of have to get immersed in before you go on that ride. So, you see him, Daniel Kiley's character, you see him working the fields, you see the sister trying to help out, or not help out most of the time.
Right.
You were introduced to this theme park down the road, Jupiter's Claim, and you're introduced to the mundanity of it, and the just day to day. These are people living their life, going through the routine, and then an hour in, shit really switches. But you're getting hints about it throughout that hour. So I think the slow burn really worked for this. Personally, I mean, Ziggy, would you agree that mundanity had to be kind of spelled out pretty fluidly for that first hour?
I got it, but my 10-year-old son, who I took with me, he was writhing in his seat for that hour. He hated it. He was just like, I could see. He wasn't going to ask me to go, or like, hey, let's go, or anything. But he was just, you could tell that he wasn't down with the whole setup. But then once shit got into it, he was in. He got going. He was fine with it. But you're right. The characters, the way they build them, the sister's a scatterbrain. She's the mouthpiece. Gonna get you fired up for the cause. They're working in the movie industry, by the way.
Right.
And then the brother is by the numbers, no personality. Just get the job done. Get to the next job. What else we got to do, kind of thing. Doesn't want to really talk to nobody. Very dry, like paint on the wall.
Right.
So. And they're the way they work together, and there is a relationship there that reveals itself more and more as it goes on. So yes, that way this slow burn is dead on. It's great, But then I was sitting there going, all right, now after putting me through this fucking hour, you better pay me off. They do.
I think so. Yeah, Colonel, would you go along with that aspect of it?
Well, of course. Because, like I said, you needed the story. Granted, I'll be honest, the slow burn was great for the story, but fuck. I don't know. If my sister was Chris Tucker, I would have a hard time fucking. I'd be serious all the time, too. I'm sorry. Every time I was like, okay, this is fucking Chris Tucker over here. But it worked, and I could see where little Ziggy was bored, because if I was 10, I was bored out of my fucking mind. Hell, I was bored as an adult at times.
I got it. Me too.
We got that one little bit of action in the arena area.
Yes.
I was like, oh shit, here we go. We got something. And it turned out to be nothing. But for those 6 minutes, we had something going. It was nice to break up the monotony, the day of the fucking movie.
Right.
Man. Shit, we're not talking about that yet, so I'll just keep my mouth shut. But.
Yeah, nah. A lot of people have expressed concern about the subplot. Can we talk about the subplot without just completely spoiling too much of this?
Are you referring to Jupiter's Claims owner's experience?
Right. I mean, we can basically say he was a child star,
yes,
I think, in a popular sitcom that had a mishap.
A mishap. A tragedy.
That is. I mean, it literally it's the first thing you see when you go into the theater. At least
no, it's the first thing you hear. You hear it, then you see it.
Then you see it.
Replays. Yeah.
But
visually, that shit was terrifying, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
A lot of people though have expressed like that I don't know what that means. That doesn't have anything to do with the story. Blah 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 blah. I think I know what it means to the story, but Colonel, what was your interpretation? What was your interpretation?
Try this without spoilers. I mean, it did a job. The subplot was to set up the main plot of the fucking movie. You had this. Fuck, how do I do this without spoilers, man? It was just you're watching nature play out as nature is made.
Mm-hmm.
You can tame nature, but you can't completely tame it. So that subplot of it filled into a couple other subplots I thought I discovered inside, social commentaries and stuff. But to me, that subplot was also your main plot. You can't stop nature. You can't tame it, but you can't contain it. But man, this is a little bit off subject. What was up with that fucking shoe that was just standing up? That's the one I'm still trying to wrap my head around. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
I'm leaning toward. I mean, if we want to get into that, I'm leaning towards the aliens may have had something to do with affecting what happened on that, and that's why.
See, I thought so too. That seemed too fucking obvious. I was like, that's too obvious. Like, it just because then, fuck.
I know, man. Be careful.
Because then other things should have happened that didn't in that studio. It was all flew.
I think they were interrupted. If you remember, so.
You know what? Yeah, I'm not on this path with you guys.
All right. What did you interpret that subplot from then?
That, to me, I do agree with the nature. Oh fuck! I just had the word and I lost it now.
Nature can't be tamed.
That theme of nature can't be tamed, because it does play into it a little bit, and then as the story goes on, you see why. But what I took from that whole thing, and then after it goes through what happens to everybody, and the people that were at that show kind of come back, a couple of them do anyway, later on in the movie. Now, what I took from that was, Jesus Christ, these are two of the unluckiest people ever to be born to the planet Earth. Because it's just horrible. I mean, I didn't take that much beyond that of, I get it, where you can't control that, and you certainly can't control that. And again, that's the main thing in my mind. I was like, geez, man, what a fucking horrible existence where these horrible things happen to you. I mean, on this fucking scale, and they're just terrible and horrible.
These are the kind of people that would get struck by lightning twice.
Oh yeah, I mean it's bad, man, and it's because at first you don't. Once you realize what's happening, it ain't beating me up, Scotty. It's fucking much worse.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes this different, and no one's done it like this. So,
right.
You know what I'm going to do?
What?
Next time I'm in the same room or house or wherever you're at and you're sleeping, I swear to God, I'm going to tap the bottom of your fucking foot. I'll be like, there's a couple times, see what the fuck you do. Just saying.
I usually, I don't jump up. I'm pretty coherent when someone wakes me up,
Oh, we'll see.
We'll see. That's fine. But remember, I have a decade of haunted house experience, Colonel. I've thought of some twisted shit. Just friendly warning, my friend. Be careful what you wish for.
I was saying friendly warning. Those characters ruin their scare on me because it doesn't fucking faze me. I'm desensitized to that shit.
Well,
all you gotta do when he's asleep is hide his weed, and then he'll just be fucked up for the next.
That's what I'm
4
saying.
hours.
I'll take his pin, hide it somewhere. You don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, but then you might get Gregory'd or Gordy'd or whatever the fuck. I might go unconscious, or be influenced by the aliens or something. Who knows?
I gotta hit this comment real quick. Tarek says, "Who balances a shoe? I mean, really?" In his best Austin Powers. Let me go.
Go ahead.
It's a weird moment, and it's very. I mean, they kind of focus on it later, but yeah, there's a scene where there's just a shoe just balanced, and it never really explains why. So
It's about the balance of nature.
It could be something silly like that. I mean, but it's just odd where it goes, and because it to me it seemed like the child star was not going to be harmed. It was almost like he was like, "Let's get out of here" or something. You know what I mean? Like, let me get. It seemed kind of like that, huh?
Yeah. There was something like that, yeah. But I don't know.
I'll say the last thing went off, but once it was silent, it's like, like I don't know how to say it without spoiling the fucking thing.
Right.
So.
All right. Here's
I think overall,
S. Michael said.
Yeah, go ahead.
S. Michael says, "I'm not going to pull any punches. This was not the movie to push Jordan Peele into the greatest horror directors pantheon, like the internet articles from the past week or two have indicated." There's a subtopic for us right there. I appreciate Jordan Peele, answering that question, because he was described by some internet user as, the greatest horror director of all time. No, none of us are saying that by any means.
No.
And his response, I thought, was great. He was just like, "I will not tolerate any John Carpenter slandering for him," and I thought that was great. So kudos to him for at least having a sense of humor about it, and B, being pretty straight up about it too, although while still taking a little bit of a compliment. So
let me say this, man. As far as, is this a horror movie? Let me say this.
Yeah.
Is Aliens a horror movie, or Alien? You guys can answer, but everybody in the audience, please.
It had more horror elements than Nope did.
Is Starship Troopers a horror movie?
No, not to me.
No.
I honestly haven't seen that in too long. So
Independence Day.
No.
Okay.
I think Independence Day could be.
Elements. I mean, let's look at the whole thing. Aliens invading with the notion of taking over and destroying mankind. That's not horror to you?
But that's not what this movie was.
It's worse. It's worse because you are reduced even lower than just an anomaly to get out of the way.
Hold on. I was not going to look at you. Are we done?
Oh.
Just
nice. He's not attacking you yet.
Attacking him yet. Just saying. As far as it's a horror movie, I mean, there's elements here that are some of the most terrifying things I can imagine being involved in. It's horror.
I hope this isn't a major spoiler or anything, because it's a very insignificant part of the plot, but the raining blood is enough for it to be horror.
Really?
Once you realize what it is, and
I knew what it was.
You ain't coming back.
Right.
Hence the joke. If you guys got it, like literally, everything like
I'm looking at you, Colonel. I'm not looking at you.
Better not. What's good?
Tarek says, "My go-to internet reviewers all pretty much agree with some of what we said, I guess, earlier. Good film, put together well, pacing good at parts, but a bit long between beats, more thriller than horror. But are thrillers horror? Thriller is a subgenre of horror.
Silence of the Lambs.
I think. Yeah.
Come on.
So,
is it horror?
We get into this topic all the damn time.
This one is, my point is, this one sits with every one of those in that realm. That's the questionable. Is it horror? This is a crown jewel of this.
Well, I saw it mentioned. There it is. I saw it mentioned a minute ago. Is Close Encounters of the Third Kind horror?
That's the other one I had, and I forgot.
As Michael says, it's much closer to Close Encounters than any popular horror film or franchise. That's not necessarily a bad thing. The kid abduction in Close Encounters actually scared the shit out of me. Yeah.
Close Encounters, it's exactly right, except there's one little exception to why it's much worse than Close Encounters, because, those aliens were interested in meeting the humans and partnering with the humans and living with the humans, wanted to see figure us all out and everything. Who knows what happened once Dreyfus got on that ship? Maybe they all, the metal rods came out, the hooks, who knows? But This other one is it's on a different level of intelligence, artificial or not even artificial, just out of this world intelligence,
Right.
and it's fucking not cool, man.
But the horror of Close Encounters is not knowing that until
The
the
unknown.
end.
The unknown.
So that's my point. Is 2001: A Space Odyssey horror?
Same thing. Well, the horror is what, when the machine turns on them, the computer, maybe.
I mean,
That's horror.
yeah.
That sucks. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's the isolation of it. Of course.
That too. So, I mean,
So there you go.
We can have this debate all the time about
Yeah,
pretty much
so-
any movie that fucking comes out. I know, but it's just weird.
Once you see what is happening and what's going on with this craft, I don't see how you could not agree with that. What's going on in there is not fucking the worst.
Right. Tarek says it does scream multi-character piece. That's good to know. I love that kind of thing. Yeah, you get to know pretty much all the main characters.
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
Well.
There's a Geek Squad guy that's amazing, and then of course, what's his name? The Canadian guy with the deep voice, with the scratchy voice,
Michael Wincott.
Michael
I'm just
Wincott.
glad we talked about him last week.
Yeah,
We got to see him in a movie the same week. I said, I wonder what he's up to.
he's
Yeah.
great in it too. He's really good.
It is good.
Tarek also says, I like a lot when the horror is more implied than experienced. Like if you think about what's going on for a moment, it becomes major creepy. Yeah.
Dude, and they kind of take you get a glimpse, man, and I'm telling you, I was like, okay, where are we going? You know, and then it's like, oh, you know, it's like, no, very bad.
Here we go. Adam says, for me, it was impossible to figure out what genre of movie this was supposed to actually be. Possibly sci-fi? Then the jumping around it did for no apparent reason made me even more lost. This time around, at a $68 million budget, I feel like Peele didn't even try with this one. But the cinematography was amazing. I'll give it that. I greatly appreciated the cinematography, of course, but
Yeah, it looked great.
I think Peele with this one really dove into human psyche. You know what I mean with this one, and maybe to a fault.
and that's what he does well,
Right.
I think, because he's done the same thing with Get Out. He's done the same thing with Us a little bit. A lot of the stuff that was horrific in those movies was your interpretation of what those characters are either thinking or going to do. Now, did they do the things that were in your head? Maybe, maybe not. But
Right.
once you got to that point, it's still a trip. He did the same thing in several of the episodes of the Twilight Zone, too. So, one last comment that I'll get to here. Peele excels at tapping into the zeitgeist. We all saw the mangled face of the chick in the trailer. If you're internet savvy and morbidly curious, you've seen her real-life counterpart. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So.
Yeah, fuck that man.
This was, let's without spoiling, of course. Did you like the alien ship and its evolution through the movie? I'm trying to find a way to word this.
I'm going to say yes, no, yes again. What the fuck? That's literally the way my... Like, seriously?
In that order?
Yeah. It is literally in that order. What the fuck, man? I was like, seriously? Fucking seriously.
You didn't. Okay, so you didn't like the end result. It looks like.
No, well, I'm trying not to say too much, but no, I did not.
Okay.
Like, seriously, to me that's cheapened the fucking payoff, as you guys would say.
It was original.
Yeah, you know what? It was, because there's only so many alien designs you can go with, but fuck, you could have thought of something a little bit better.
I think what we saw there, he was thinking outside the box or outside the galaxy, as it were, because it does some things that are unnatural in our realm of acceptance of what we see move and how things move. So I do think that he stretched out and tried to make it unworldly, which, yes, he did, but I would have gone with more of a monstery kind of thing, I guess,
Exactly.
instead of what they did there, which, yeah,
Exactly. That's
different.
what your creature designer came up with. You guys know I'm a fucking
Yeah, but you feel
nerd
me
for
on
deep
the-
space shit and everything else. So I don't mind seeing weird aliens that we can't really grasp with anything here. But fuck, man, it reminded me of fucking American Beauty without saying too much. Just think about it, and you'll know what the fuck I'm talking about.
The rose scene.
No,
Or the
the dude with the camera and the fucking wind blowing and
the
it reminded me of
bag.
a goddamn plastic bag. I don't give a fuck. Spoiler alert.
well,
There had more to it, but
it did.
I like
that-
the fact that it didn't have, because a lot of alien life forms that we see portrayed in film have some kind of almost human skeletal build of some sort, or body form. I like the fact that it didn't have that. I like the fact that, at one point when it's looking away from one character and that character's point of view is there, it doesn't just turn around. It does something completely different to focus its attention back on you. And I like that part of it. So, because it was new and it was fresh. And holy God, you people looking for the original movies out there, there it is. There's something original about it. So.
Again, that saved it for me pretty much. I mean, I was kind of like, damn, really? But I was kind of like, oh, okay. Now if this is a different quantum, whatever, blah 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 blah, some stupid crazy shit out in the end of some far away galaxy, far away. Yeah, I just think I can wrap my fucking bong resin stained mind around that somehow.
I'm just saying, if you're going to compare this creature to a creature on fucking Earth, which I think they clearly fucking did with its intelligence and how its camouflage system, it should have looked better than fucking a goddamn garbage bag and fucking streamers blowing in the wind. That's all I'm going to say.
Tarek says, part of the fun is watching you poor guys tiptoe through the minefield of spoilers.
Oh,
We're doing our best, man. We're doing our goddamn best here.
we could fuck this whole thing up for everybody and make nobody go see it, man. But I mean, I really think it's worthy of going through this journey on your own and getting there, and then you'll have your own, like, okay, I see what they were saying, but they were fucking wrong about that. I mean, who knows?
And feel free to
Yeah.
let us know. Comment on the Facebook page. Tell us. Give us your interpretations. If we don't necessarily disagree with too many people, but we would love to debate.
I would really love to talk to people about the shots of the inside of the ship too, of the craft. That shit is the shit that's really was nightmare causing.
Yeah, that I was a little bit. I don't know. Let's not. That could lead to something there. So, Blue Boy on YouTube says, "I didn't know the movie was out. Thanks. Yeah, it dropped on Friday. Go check it out.
Go see it."
S. Michael says, "I found the ship to be the most frightening since War of the Worlds for about 2/3 of the film, but I'm with Colonel on the final analysis. I get what Peele was trying to do: revulsion at the alienness of foreign bodies." Spiders, jellyfish, etc., but it felt like a miss.
You know what? I did think like octopus a couple of times.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Well, I
octopus,
did too.
jellyfish.
But then, also, without getting too many details, the interior
That was a miss.
of the ship, that looked like some shit I seen on fucking Are You Afraid of the Dark in 1992, man. For real.
That looked like some of the shit that you would do in your haunts.
Yeah, like well, I don't want to say what, but I know exactly what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
But again, at the same time, that shit was
I was
I don't know, man.
That.
That affected me, dog. That shit. That I didn't like that. That to me, that is nope to me.
Dude, I'm sorry. To me, that looked like a fucking traveling carnival that goes to all these county fairs, and it's their fucking fun house. It looks so fucking cheap.
All fun
Well,
and games,
yeah.
Colonel, until you get to the end of the tunnel.
It's so cheap. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I don't know. Can't say that.
All right, Colonel, the acting. Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, Stephen Yeun coming back. We haven't seen him in a little while since.
They did some great work fixing his face and head up, dude. I'm telling you, man. I mean, wow. I mean, he looks like nothing happened. Looks like he never got hit by Negan. I mean, perfect.
That was one hell of a glass eye. Just
Colonel, what'd you think of the acting?
I thought the acting was fairly fucking well, minus the Chris Tucker ripoff. I know what she was going for. I know the character was supposed to be. She didn't work, in my opinion. Now, like the character of OJ, loved it. I loved the monotone. I loved the lack of excitement. Like, you got that character. Here you had the look at me, look at me, look at me. Man, you know you're gonna cry in the car. Shit like that. I'm telling you, it's fucking Chris Tucker, dude. That's all I could think every time. Now, the last 45 minutes of the movie, she did much better. But that hour leading up to it, fuck, she was annoying. Where else killed it though? Like the fuck?
All right. What about you, Ziggy? Acting wise,
I thought they did exactly what they were supposed to do, and it was done well. And her, to me, that was her front, and she was forced to become who she is as the shit went out. So I think she fucking nailed it. My opinion.
That's kind of what I was leaning towards.
I think you
with
guys
her
are
character.
fucking all kinds of wrong on this movie, Glory.
I mean, look where she.
That's why we're here.
Of it. I mean, and that relationship between what they had, which looked non-existent and they didn't want to be around each other, but it was there the whole time. I thought it was decent, man, how they put that together. Mm-hmm. That part, that worked for me. No, everybody, there is no bad acting in this. There is none.
No, not that I can remember anyway. I appreciated, and I'm sure this was a writing and a directing choice and even an acting choice for the particular actors, but I really appreciated the fact that they weren't flipping out. UFO! Oh my god, blah, blah, blah. And they weren't freaking out. They were just kind of like, nope, I'm going in, yeah. And when weird shit started happening, I loved that they were just like, kind of calm. They were more interior or internally freaking out than exterior.
We got to get this. Let's get paid. Look at all these other idiots with grainy, nasty, shaky video. We're going to get the shot, as they call it, the Oprah shot, because they'll get to go on Oprah and have the whole thing. So, yeah, I mean, and it's, you'll totally get that, you know, and, but then, right, when they actually figure out what the fuck they're dealing with, then it turns into more of a survival game.
Right, but 90% of the other alien, invasion movies, or even just movies where one lone ship, floats into the sky, everyone starts freaking out and running in different directions and trying to drive out of town and blah, 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 and trampling over people. Here, they were just kind of like, oh boy. And I like that, Colonel. Jump in.
No, I don't see this as they weren't freaking out. They're strong because, Jupiter's Claim had the same fucking idea. They weren't scared because I think it was a comment on today how everybody's looking for their 50 minutes of fame. They're fucking money hungry. Right. That greed for money outweighed their fucking fear. I'm sorry, that's the way I interpreted it. I didn't see them as like, these are strong people. Because
hold on,
we'll take what dude went through. Hold on, we'll take what dude went through. We'll sit him to the side because he went through some shit. But his wife seemed pretty fucking comfortable with it too, because everybody was thinking about that fucking payday.
All right. how long did Jupiter's landing there know about what this was going on and what it was doing?
I think just as long as fucking OJ did.
He had been selling him the horses, though, for a while.
But why would they be buying the horses?
To feed.
But I'm saying,
Yeah.
they both had the same idea, but they did different routes to fucking do it.
But this is where it got a little murky with his childhood experience. You know what I'm saying? I think it made him kind of grizzled, and I think it made him kind of shut off from of any kind of, what's the word where you pity somebody or you feel bad for somebody?
Empathy.
Empathy, yes. I think he was stripped of all that based on his experience is the only real solid connection I can make to his childhood sitcom tragedy.
Which is why I agree with you. That's why I said take him out of the equation on his side of the valley. I saw hardly any fucking fear from anybody. So it's
the whole thing though with him selling the horses was on. Once I get back up, I'm buying them back, and he was kind of like, "Oh yeah. And I was like, well, that was weird to say it that way, but then you know why? They coming back. Those horses are fucking gone, man. All of them, all 10.
And that had been going on for months before we even joined the movie. So
how long had this been going on?
Right.
What do you think?
Longer than 6 months.
Yeah. So, but my point is, like, OJ's first reaction to it is more of a, okay, I didn't see that.
What was that? Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's nope. And he, tries to keep it together and just get away, slowly, not like freaking out and running off screaming, which a couple of them did that, and I appreciated that choice because it wasn't the typical I don't know what I would do if I saw a big fucking ship in the sky. Yeah. I don't, but
well, let's also be fair. After the shit OJ went through, he's pretty much shut down too.
That's a heavy trauma. I agree. That trauma probably emotionally damaged him beyond repair. I mean, we saw what was left by the time he's got it, in charge of things.
All right.
Yeah.
S. Michael says, I actually found the interior a little frightening.
Oof.
Reminded me of Zardaw's Weird Shit in a Weird Ship. Yeah, maybe. I don't know the reference you're making.
I just didn't realize what the fuck was going on, I thought this was abductions and everything, not what they were doing, and that's just what the fuck, man.
Lou Boy asks, one question, did it have a great twist in it?
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
I don't know if I would call it a twist, really.
But I would call it a twist because it's a new take. Like, we all went into this theater with this idea, and then he twisted it. Nope, it's actually this. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think also, like, just the weird jump arounds to these flashbacks to this childhood sitcom. Those kind of scenes are what's gonna fucking freak you out like the twist would have, because it's not like a major super nothing like that. No, I don't think.
No. A lot of Peele's stuff doesn't do that, though.
Yeah.
It maybe in the last act, but that's about it. S. Michael says, the frenetic sister drove me nuts in a bad way. I found myself praying for her death. Everyone else I enjoyed. I'm not saying she acted poorly. She probably did exactly what Peele asked of her.
Yes.
I will say I found the supporting Hollywood types to be written in a shallow manner for the most part. I think that was intentional.
Don't you see?
I mean,
you never met anybody in your life that was fronting, being something they weren't, pretending to be what they aren't? That's what I got with that. So I think that's exactly what he wrote for, and I believe she pulled it right out, because that's exactly what I took.
It was still fucking annoying.
Annoying in spades, 100%. But what she became...
Right. Let's talk about the music in this, because I thought the music was particularly effective. And I want to go on record stating I think Jordan Peele is making fun of himself with Sunglasses at Night, in a way. Am I wrong there? Because his other movies have always had this, like, this drop key, redone, kind of remodulated version of a classic song that turns it creepy. This time, he actually incorporates that into the mechanics of the film. What's going on in the film that slows down a song and makes it creepy. But I almost think he's doing that as like a, all right, everyone hates the remixes that I've done in these movies, so fuck you. I'm just going to do this and make it part of the movie. Fuck you. Would you, Ziggy, did you take it that way at all?
I didn't take it that way, really. I mean, I remember thinking it's an interesting choice for that, song in particular. But, with the way it's basically, there's some power issues when certain things are happening. And, volumes in music get, like a tape would slow way down when the batteries are out.
Right.
That kind of thing. And, they play a long bit of the song in slow motion. But I don't know if it's a fuck you or whatever. I mean, I haven't really heard too much people dissing on his soundtracks like that. I do feel I agree with you.
We've done it. We've fucking done it.
I did it. Okay, maybe you guys, not me. Not me. When did I ever shit on his soundtrack? Never.
No, he's the one that started the trend of people taking these pop songs and slowing them down and making them sound real creepy, because now everybody's fucking doing it.
Everybody does it.
Yeah, it seems like video games have been doing that before Peele was, though, and I'll be honest, about it.
I don't play video games.
Okay,
Besides
all right.
the goofy ones we play.
We're getting off track with this. I don't mean to disrail the thing. I'm just saying this. I don't feel like that was like an intentional slam on his own style, if anyway.
No,
but
I think it was an answer to the critics. Just okay.
I would have to look deeper into it to see if indeed I feel that way. I'd have to see it again, I guess, and then maybe go back and watch his other stuff.
In the same vein as Vincent for Never Hike in the Snow left in the heavy fucking footsteps of Jason.
I follow you.
I think it was a kind of a fuck you to that from people bitching about
Yeah.
Never Hike Alone. Why are Jason's footprints so heavy? Meow, 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 meow. I think that's exactly what it was kind of like. So,
Dude, no,
Colonel, jump in.
I'm with Crank 100%. That was intentional. Granted, the story, it fit the story to intentionally do it. But I'll be honest, that is one of two things that made me laugh in this entire fucking movie. And it was not the system. Just
Yeah, no, that made me laugh too. There was another one where I just cackled, and I can't even remember what it was right now, but maybe I will later. But the rest of the music I thought was very effective, very minimalist most of the way, or in some chunks very minimalist, and then in others just really, really grand and orchestrated out. So, but I thought it was very good.
Again, like I said earlier, probably best to be watching on IMAX so we can really get all that from the music.
Because you spend a great deal of this movie looking up at the sky, and the more sky you could see, the cooler it's going to be.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, that's a good point. Tarek says, swear to God, I've been waiting for a thriller twist to Sunglasses at Night forever. Get ready, sir.
Guess
Get ready.
what?
Where would this... We've had a comparison to Close Encounters already. Would you agree that it was closer to a Close Encounters kind of movie than than an Alien kind of movie? Obviously, I would agree with that.
Close Encounters, War of the Worlds,
Jaws, even.
Which one?
I'll even throw Jaws in there because it almost used that Jaws formula of not showing too much until an hour in or so.
I kind not the same type of movie. I thought it really favored Predator.
That too, yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's just
I
because
can
there's
see
nobody
that.
around. You got your 4 characters essentially, and that's it. And they're dealing with this stuff.
Mhm.
So, I can get down with the Predator a little bit. Yeah, you're cut off from everything else.
Dead on, Colonel. I was actually thinking about that too, yeah, last night, and that was one I couldn't think of right now. But
I think Close Encounters is probably the best example, though, of just how it's going down. But one huge exception of the result is all.
right. Well, I saw an interview with Peele and 3 of the cast. He was on Late Night with Seth Meyers on Thursday, I believe, and they had a good little discussion about it. And the character Angel, what was his name? Brandon Perea. He said when he auditioned for the role, and most people don't have to audition for a Brandon Peele movie. You're just called and said you're in it. If you want the gig, you're in it. But Brandon had to audition for it, and when he auditioned and when he got the role, he was given 5 movies to watch, and one was Close Encounters. I do remember. I can't remember all the other ones, but yeah, I do remember Close Encounters being on the list. So, I mean, that was definitely part inspiration for it. So,
Well, I mean, Strange Invaders comes to mind. But again, the difference is like these people were abducted and then later were returned. Where this shit is
nope.
Nope.
They're
Exactly.
technically being abducted still.
Yes, I agree. Yes, and that's what I mean. That was kind of a revolutionary part of the fucking movie for me, was realizing what the hell's happening here. You know, I mean, and it's traumatizing and it sucks.
How does the title work for you guys, Colonel?
I thought the title worked great, especially once you're watching the movie. Because they're like, nope. Like,
Yeah.
you can make a drinking game almost out of this.
Yeah.
You won't get alcohol poisoning, but you'll be feeling pretty fucking good by the end of it. Just want to say that.
It'll be rosy.
So the title was, everybody loves it when someone says the name of the title in the film. Everyone's like, oh, they did it. But when they did it in points where I think anybody was like, nope. So, no, the title was fucking perfect.
Ziggy?
Honestly, I found it a bit gimmicky when I first heard it. I was like, oh, okay. Nope, that could be. We've all heard that, maybe said it, or something like, something like that, something to that effect. So, but seeing it, yeah, it's great. It's fine. It fits fine. It's very appropriate for this movie.
I think it was called Nope because he couldn't figure out how to spell something like that. I don't know. It's just I thought it worked. It was a questionable. Yeah, I thought it was a gimmick at the first too, but and yeah, I think it ends up working for the part of it.
I think someone already put a copyright in for this one too.
What? I didn't see it.
Oh, it didn't pop?
That's the
Don't get us muted again, damn it.
That's the
That's
sequel.
the
The
prequel.
prequel? Yeah. No, I mean, I was
damn
fine
it.
with it. I mean, they didn't overdo it, right? It was very, very, very funny when it did get uttered the few times in that movie. Because
Right.
what they were looking at was, yep, you pretty much say the same thing.
Here we go. Tarek says, Peele's movies are a dialogue. Get out! Us? Nope. His next movie will be, oh, word.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord. Man, alright, well. Anything else that we need to talk about from the film before we get into it.
Let's talk about if you were satisfied with the ending or not, because
Okay.
a lot of people are bitching about this. Without giving anything away.
Right. I was trying to figure out. Do we talk about that? Okay, Colonel. Were you satisfied with the ending? Nope.
I was satisfied with the very last shot. I really liked it, and that's the one people bitch about the most. Again, not trying to say anything without giving it away, but I just let him get the last shot and it closes. It felt like a western to me. I thought that I really dug that. You got your triumphant hero, but the way the aliens was shooed away from Earth made sense, but I also felt it was kind of cheap. So I'm like 50-50.
Well, dang it. I can't respond to that without.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's hard. You guys got to be careful.
I could see what you're thinking about with it though. I don't know. I appreciated the ending. I liked, and you brought up the Western aspect. I liked that it was sci-fi, horror, Western, kind of all smushed into one. And it worked. It worked for me as a combination. Ziggy?
Right. Better than Cowboys and Aliens.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
This ending,
Or Wild Wild West.
these guys got it dead on. There's that total Western vibe to the ending, and it's a happy ending overall. But I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. I mean, it's just okay. I accept it as it's over. Okay, it was, it's not going to blow you away, and you shouldn't be pissed off though. That's just you people that are pissed off at that ending. You got to go get a massage or something. You got to relax, man, because it's not that bad of an ending.
Back to the name thing. S. Michael says, could have been worse. Hopefully, oh, hell no, wasn't in consideration. And then Tarek says, that's the Wayans parody right there.
Yeah. You know what? I can't. This is ripe for parody for sure, man.
Oh, God,
are you kidding
yes.
me?
God, yes.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, I think since we have some other topics that we want to cover, we should go ahead and probably get to a ranking. So, Ziggy, 0 to 10, where would you rate? Nope.
It's not. It's I honestly wanted to take this a little higher than what but I mean, it is such a slow setup, and even though they're doing something with it, it's not just empty space while they're setting up. It did affect the overall score of this movie for me. It's a great ride, and it's a fun coaster to ride, man. That's for fucking sure. And you ain't never. Well, that's terrible. You've never seen anything like this. You ain't never seen anything like this. I got that Western shit in me from being in the desert during watching that movie. But yeah, it's worth your money. I even paid full fare. I went late at night, the last show of the night. So I mean, I'm okay with it. It's worth it, man. I'm gonna go 7 straight on it.
Okay, Colonel.
All right, like I said, great cinematography, pretty damn good acting. The score and the soundtrack is fucking great. Very original. It's a good sci-fi horror film. I'm with Zag. I didn't feel cheated. It was definitely worth the price of admission. And tell you guys, I set it up fucking perfect, okay? So I sat towards the end of the aisle, but I bought the seat, instead of seat number 1, I bought seat number 2, so 1 and 3 wouldn't be fucking taken. I kind of sit by myself, no elbow, free elbow room. Awesome.
Nice.
It's the first time I was like, I'm gonna start doing this when I go solo from now on to the movies. But no, and one thing we didn't touch on, I don't think it was really worth going in deep discussion about. I really did like how it's had chapters for each fucking horse.
Mm-hmm.
I dug that. As stupid as that is, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I like it. I'm shocked at Zach's score. I thought it'd be much higher. The way, it was the greatest thing since fucking sliced bread. Da 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 da. I too give it a 7. I thought it was an enjoyable movie. I'd text these guys after I seen it. I was like, Jordan Peele did it again.
Yeah.
He did. It was a good movie. It wasn't his best, but it was good.
No, and that's the last thing I want to get into here in a second is, like, we'll get to that. But before we jump to alternate topics. But, so, 7 and 7, right? No, what'd you give it? Yeah, 7.
I gave it a 7.
Yeah. I'm going to go right in line, and we'll call this a slot machine, and I'm going to go 7 too, because is it a great film? No. Is it a good film? Absolutely. It's somewhere in that middle spot. And a good film doesn't have to be a 10. I'm sick of these people that every good, decent movie they see, oh yeah, 9.5 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. I'm like, you have no rating system whatsoever. So, yeah, 7 all across the board for Nope. So, if you have not seen it, go check it out and let us know. Cause, yeah, I'm impressed. I'm a fan of Peele's work though, and I think these guys mostly are too.
Yeah. I will say this about the horse names, as the horse names part of it. Mm-hmm. When they started dropping those names like that as they were going, I think that's right about when dude was catching on. You know what I mean? That's when that started going, when they started naming those horses like that.
Maybe.
So that's what that was to me. Because you didn't get all of them. He said he sold 10. We only saw like 3 really. So
right.
We had to go.
All right. Well.
And one more thing before we move on to the ranking of the Peele films. Keith David, you fucking rock, man.
Yeah, I wanted to mention him.
I want to tell him that in September. I'm like, Keith David, you're the bomb and Nope, yo. And just keep walking.
Yeah, and where'd it go? Oh, yep. S. Michael says 7 for him.
A good theater movie.
Tarek says, hadn't seen Nope, but I gotta say, I am surprised that all 3 of you liked it as much as you did. No excuses now. I'll see it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. And see it in the theater.
Biggest screen possible.
Yeah, if you got the extra money to spend on an IMAX, like I said, I'm gonna go hopefully later this week and catch it in the IMAX before it disappears. But see it in the biggest screen possible, or if you've got a great sound system at home, turn that shit up. And Tarek already smells what we're stepping in, so he says, "Yep, need to hear y'all rank the Peele flicks." Now, director-wise, he only has 3, so that should be pretty easy. He's got Nope, Us, and Get Out. Are those the 3 that we're limited to?
That's what I was going to rank.
Okay, then
As
let's go
directed,
with that.
right.
Yeah, all right.
Written,
then,
directed, produced by, right? These 3.
Yeah, he did all 3 of those on those. So, Colonel, we'll start with you. Where would you rank this among his 3, and give us a listing?
I'll be honest with you. If I had a little bit more time, knowing we were going to do this,
it was a last-minute edition.
I would have liked to have watched Us and Get Out again. That being said, I'm going to go Get Out, Us, and Nope. I thought Get Out and Us were fucking great. Nope's pretty good. It's a good movie. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it compares to Get Out.
Okay. Ziggy, how about you?
Yeah, it's funny. I think Nope probably scope-wise, cinematography-wise, looks the best. But I would say Get Out, Us, and Nope. Just like that. Maybe, and I like Us a whole lot, too, so with the doppelgangers and everything. So, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to put Us up Us number 1, because I dug that whole story and the whole, and he's promised us he has a whole other story explaining the government program, all the doppelganger clones underground in the cities, how they got there, how they've survived. All that's going to come out. So I hope he gets to that at some point.
Okay.
But yes, that's it.
I hope he does too, because.
Well, that makes that Us movie that much better, because I walked out of there, I was pissed. I was like, well, what about this? And what about this? And this? What?
Yeah.
And they didn't do this, and then they said this. And then he's like, oh, don't worry, because we purposely left things out of here because I have another story to tell. And I was like, oh, right. As you were, sir.
As you were. I'll
Yep.
take my hatred. I'll take my hate comments back.
Yep. I'll swallow that down. Yep.
Yeah. It's hard not to just go Get Out, Us, Nope with these. Now, I need to give Nope a second viewing at least before I can really stick it into 3. But I'm going to.
What's your idea?
I know. I'm going to. But I mean, this may change.
Sure.
You know, before he even releases another movie. So, I think I'm more with Ziggy though. I think I would go Us at number 1, Get Out, and then Nope for now. But I will say this, like Ziggy brought up with the scope and the directing style that he had with this one was a lot more ambitious, but he also had twice the budget, I think, at least.
68 million or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think they made Get Out for 15, and they made Us for probably around 30 or so. I'd have to look them up, but that's my guesstimates. But yeah, I think I'd go. I liked Us just a little bit more than Get Out for some reason. I don't know why.
See, I like the story for Get Out more than Us. Like, they're both great stories. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
And they could switch if I, rewatched them. But Get Out really jumped out to me the first time I seen it. I was like, hey, that's crazy. No.
Right.
I just think maybe with Get Out we've seen stuff like that before, though. You know what I mean? And well,
Get
I guess
Out,
Yeah, but not from that perspective.
right, and arguably, I guess you've seen Us in a somewhat similar light as well. But okay, what the fuck hasn't been done at this point in some capacity?
All right. Budget for Get Out was $4.5 million. So even less than I thought. Budget for Us was 20. So about what I thought. So yeah, this was way more. If the budget is actually 68 million, like I saw reported earlier, that's insane. But I mean, yeah, it worked.
You know, I would like to see for his next film, he has to get back with Key on this. I want a full feature of their skit about the racist zombies. You know how funny, I don't know if it worked for a whole 90 minutes, but that's one of my favorite skits on Key and Peele, man. I thought that was so fucking funny and so clever. It's like, oh my God. Who would have thought that? It was funny.
I still love the called her a bitch.
That's it.
You called your wife a bitch? Yeah. I said, bitch. Shit, killing me, man.
All
And the
right.
chicks walk in.
Well, for those of you that are still watching and have not seen Nope, please contact us through social media and let us know what you thought about it when you see it. Feel free to comment on the posts out there about it. You know, let us know. Were we wrong? Was it a 7? Was it higher? Was it lower? Or were we spot on correct? We'll see.
I know I need a bing.
All right. First off, on our other topics that we want to talk about, I want to talk about Klaatu Records has Hello Mary Lou, the Prom Night 2 soundtrack, coming out this October. And Ziggy, I'm going to let you start while I look up the link that this guy sent me a minute ago, or a little earlier today. But
I mean,
what do you think about this? Are you excited about this?
Yeah, I mean, I see that it's a CD, and we hear later on the vinyl is going to come out, and that's when I'll get mine. But this is cool, man. This is one that's been hard to get onto a disc because of licensing or whatever. Someone held the rights, and finally, a soundtrack this one's been in demand for a long time. People have wanted this fucking soundtrack, you know. And I can't, for the life of me, nothing stood out. I was like, why can't I remember anything from this soundtrack? So I'm gonna have to sit down and watch this movie again just to see if I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, you know. But from what I remember, it had a pretty cool. The music's probably better than the fucking concept of the movie, to be completely honest, you know. But hey, it's a Prom Night sequel, which was a throwaway slasher that Jamie Lee got attached to because the studio had too much money. Mm-hmm. But it's got a cult following. But I mean, these weren't the best slashers when they came out. But this soundtrack it's exciting because it's one of those, we're never gonna have it. We're never gonna have it, and now Klaatu Records got the shit done. They fucked up, man. They paid for it, and we're gonna have it.
Right.
What you got?
Yeah.
Colonel.
I couldn't say it much better myself. I mean, Zach probably hit every nail on the fucking head. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the Prom Night series, but there's a lot of people that are. It's a huge cult following, especially for Prom Night 2. I know quite a few people that love it. And if you're a soundtrack collector, this is right up your fucking alley, man. Like, I'm with Zach. I prefer a vinyl over a CD because I have over 400 CDs myself still, but no CD player, so now they just collect fucking dust. So it kind of sucks. But, like I said, we're getting a vinyl too. So,
yeah.
Are you serious? Hopefully.
It's not a. The guy kind of let me know that they were planning to do a vinyl, but it's not official yet.
It's not official yet.
If they bring out a vinyl,
yes.
There you go.
If you get a vinyl, and especially if you're vinyl collectors, like Zag, more so than me, because I only have the Friday the 13th soundtracks. But I do need to get that Monster Squad one. This is right up your alley. You're not going to miss this. Buy it.
Jeff,
funny thing about
if we said too much, Jeff, I'm sorry. I did tell the guys that there was a vinyl coming. I don't know.
Hey, man, don't come to the press if you don't want the word out. That's what we're here for.
Well,
no, I'm sure they're fine with it. I mean, and we may even end up.
I put the link in the comments, guys. You can go to klaaturecords.com right now and pre-order it. That is KLAATU records.com. So,
and
go ahead.
Heads up to all you Curse Your Luck players. Future prize packs. Hint, hint. Perhaps. We'll see.
Perhaps. Now this is a limited.
That's pretty exciting, man, because it's cool to get physical copies of these damn soundtracks, especially.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm sure they'll have some decent artwork in there, maybe some new artwork. But if they don't, that one was epic too. I used to have the coffin stand-up from the video store for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
One of my many things destroyed in the flood that happened here about 20 years ago. Yeah.
Well, this is a limited edition release. There's only going to be 200 units produced of this upon first release. I mean, if they sell just a shit ton, that may change. Who knows?
A title like this, 200 copies. Don't fucking sleep on this.
Right.
It'll be one day. One day.
The value will skyrocket on this within 2 years, I think. Because for people that are in collecting things, like I said, I have over 400 CDs. And certain artists, I collect their entire catalog. And some artists I have put out so much shit. I got like 50 CDs just by one artist. That right now the CDs aren't selling, but eventually it's like right now because vinyl is real big right now, and cassette's making a comeback. Within 5 years, the trend is showing that CDs are going to get back in fashion for a little bit. And that's when you're going to sell. But I collect. I don't sell. I keep.
Right.
Fuck that.
So
also
I want to mention this is the music by Paul Zaza, the original score. A lot of that score from the original film was heavily edited and chopped up in the final film, but this release, Paul kind of personally selected and edited the tracks to create a more listenable experience. This is straight off their website if you guys haven't gone to it yet. And the audio was mastered by Colin Jordan, with artwork direction by Luis Miguel Rojas, and the album was produced by Logan Johns and Ryan Graveface. And the pre-order is live now, and it's $20, probably plus shipping. It'll ship the first week of October, so head over there and check that out if you're a fan. And woo!
Just in time for spooky season. Perfect.
Shit, now you got me wondering if I should gamble. Yeah, should I wait? Should I gamble on a vinyl, a possible vinyl, or just snap up the CD? Damn.
Yeah.
But
all right.
That's sure to be
thanks.
that's going to be that's a score right there, man. That's a horror
absolutely.
score. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks to Jeff and the rest of the guys at Klaatu Records for reaching out to us today and reminding us of this, and hopefully we can help them sell a few copies. So.
Prom Night 2.
Prom Night 2. All right, next up on our random topics at the end of the show that we want to talk about, we have a problem with only doing Monday night shows. Basically, it can kind of be a problem from time to time, because a lot of times the fucking trailer will drop on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then we don't get to talk about it for 5 or 6 days a lot of times. But we kind of wanted to talk a little bit about a couple of trailers, and one of them is Halloween Ends. David Gordon Green's finale to the trilogy that Blumhouse and Universal have started. And, oh, I'm sorry. Am I droning on? Colonel, let's have you start with this. What did you think of the trailer the teaser, I guess, when it dropped last week?
It's definitely a fucking teaser. I'll be honest, I wasn't excited. I simply was not. So I watched it. Meh, very underwhelmed. I even feel like only being a minute and some odd seconds long, they still gave too much away. Because I was like,
well,
wait a minute. No, they done fucked up. So I'm like, okay, I already have a little piece of the puzzle I'm pretty sure I can fit. And it's pretty obvious. But I didn't
feel that way the first time I watched it, but I tell you what, the second time I did, yeah, that's what it was like.
The same way. Because first time I was like, did I really see that? No.
Yeah.
They just kept bugging me. I'm like, I gotta watch this again. I was like, I fucking knew it. So it was kind of, yeah. Man, I'm glad it's ending. Let me put it that way. I'm ready for a reboot already.
I don't know what you guys are getting upset about, man. I mean, it's clearly Ben Tramer from Halloween 2, the one that doesn't exist. So he's alive. He's got all his fingers.
That's true.
Ziggy, what did you think of this trailer?
I wasn't expecting much at all out of this trailer, and to be honest, I was pleasantly surprised. I like the little throwbacks to the previous encounters with Michael Myers through the years, but man, hasn't Pet Sematary the remake taught us anything? Fuckheads, you're gonna have a big twist like that, don't put it in the goddamn trailer. What's the matter with you guys? And you're not smart enough to make that a red herring. And everybody caught it. Everyone caught it. So, A, you suck at continuity, or B, you're doing a Scream ripoffs here. So with an imposter Michael Myers, and it's either way is a fucking strike. Terrible choice if that's where they're going.
All right. Well, since you brought it up, I'll bring it up after Crank. What I think it is. After Crank talks about this. Sorry, I'll stop. You're still muted.
Sorry, I've been having a coughing fit tonight.
Yeah, we see you with your tuberculosis ass over there. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Get the lung from the stream.
You lunger?
I need my iron lung. So, I discussed this with one of our viewers, Luke, when the trailer came out. I wasn't able to really pay too much attention to the trailer at the time that it came out because I was on my way to work and then at work for 4 hours. First time I watched it, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm kind of surprised. I thought, that they didn't really show a whole lot. They didn't really give too much away in this. Wow, maybe they actually listened to us and everybody else over the last 2 trailers that they dropped and learned something about it. But then when I went and rewatched it, yeah, I spotted the guy with all of his fucking left hand. And asked you guys about it, and yeah, we saw it too. And yeah, that leads me to believe it's either a dream sequence or maybe some kind of flashback, but I don't know yet. Or it's a fucking imposter, Michael, like Ziggy mentioned. So now I want to point out before we jump too much further into this, I want to read the synopsis that came out with this trailer, because that may give us some kind of clues here. Alright, so 4 years after the events of last year's Halloween Kills, Lori is living with her granddaughter, Allison, and is finishing writing her memoir. Michael Myers hasn't been seen since. Lori, after allowing the specter of Michael to determine and drive her reality for decades, has decided to liberate herself from fear and rage and embrace life. But when a young man, Corey Cunningham, is accused of killing a boy he was babysitting, it ignites a cascade of violence and terror that will force Lori to finally confront the evil she can't control once and for all. So, very little mention of Myers in that at all, which is worrisome. But, Colonel, what were you going to jump into and say?
No, you kind of, like I said, you kind of nailed it. I'm thinking it's a dream sequence. Because later on in the trailer, you do see the claw. So it has to be a dream sequence, right? Or like Zach said, after reading the synopsis, I did not read the synopsis. Now I'm kind of like, yeah, it's a coin flip. At this point, could be a fucking imposter. Granted, it's a pretty good-looking fucking imposter. At least in Friday the 13th, they gave him blue chevrons, 2 of them instead of 1 red one.
Well,
you know
what but the mask also looked less damaged on the guy with the full hand too, so it looked newer. So, and even when, like, the scene in the trailer at least, Lori is almost dressed like somebody mentioned earlier, almost like cosplay Lori from '78. So, there's something weird going on there, and I can't put my fucking finger on what it is yet. Is it that Corey guy? Is it a dream sequence? I don't know.
Easy.
I
you know what? Nightmare dream sequence seems much more plausible because the fact they also gave away her shooting at him when he slides the door open. You know what I mean? It's just too. If that really happens in real time, huh?
That could be clever editing, though.
I grant it, sure, but if it does transpire like that. That's what I'm talking about. You're giving away too much of your fucking gut punches. Shit fucking drives me insane.
All right. Well, Corey says, 0 hope or expectations for the Halloween after the last one. I'd like to hope they could pay off in the end, but doubtful. Yeah, I'm not looking. What does it even fucking matter anymore? I'm tired of this trilogy already. Tarek says, at this point, the teaser for Halloween Ends could have made me coffee in the morning, and I'd still be a little,
Yeah, I'm saying the trailer was better than what I think the movie's going to be, for sure.
Yeah, Dave says, I watched it and feel like I've seen the movie already. Of course, somebody had to say evil ends tonight.
Oh.
You're banned for 2 minutes, Patricia.
Penalty box.
Penalty box. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing then. Michael goes and for us. Okay, that's the one I wanted. Tarek says, green. It's called Ends. Peele. Nice try. I like that. S. Michael says, man, after H2O, they're all interchangeable to me. Better title. Halloween sucks. Evil died in the 80s.
All right.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all.
Nope. So even H2O sucks.
Yeah. There was, like I said, I thought it was enough of a teaser to kind of whet my appetite a little bit for it, but then watching it a second time really kind of put a damper on everything for me. So.
I watched this fucker 3 times. No, 4 times. Because I rewatched it before we went on there. The last time I seen it was on the big screen on Saturday. And I went to see Nope.
Oh, yeah.
And that made me appreciate it more seeing it on the big screen just because I like hearing the Halloween theme. That's it. Like anybody else, I hear the Halloween theme, I get a fucking hard on. So.
Plus, it was all Red Band trailers. All.
But see, we're not gonna.
Why?
We're not gonna. Yeah. Well, because they say
you
fuck.
said motherfucker. That's it.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
See, here's the thing, though. We're not gonna waste your time with anything more than that. So, I mean, there's 100 other videos out there. Some assholes talking about what they're speculating, what they think it could be, what they hope it might be, blah 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 blah. And I use the term assholes endearingly because we like some of these assholes.
We love you assholes out there. Assholes?
Assholes? Where is it? Where is it? Why haven't you punched it up yet?
Oh, man.
No, it's too late now.
No, it's not. It's never too late for the asshole.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
What?
Asshole!
There we
go.
Sorry.
But yeah, so let us know what you think. Is it an imposter? Is it a dream sequence?
Did this move your meter on excitement? I mean,
did this teaser excite you for this movie?
Both trailers did in the past, but I've been burned both times pretty much now. I mean, so, yeah, trailer was decent again, but it's a teaser trailer. I feel compelled to try to avoid any further contact with this until it fucking comes out.
Right. I'm kind of leaning that way too, but that's hard for us to do.
Last one, big time with that.
Oh,
we're going to get a full 2-minute trailer.
I know.
Before it's released, and we'll have to talk about it.
Probably in a month and a half. By the end of August, we'll have one. All right. Next up is a movie. I believe, is this Blumhouse or is this A24?
A24, that's what I'm thinking. It's A24.
Yeah, I think it's A24. We've been seeing this movie trailer in the theaters for the last couple of months before pretty much anything we go to the theater for. But it's called Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Colonel, what do you want to talk about with Bodies, Bodies, Bodies?
Next.
Okay. Ziggy, what about you?
Next.
All right. Fuck that movie. Go watch the trailer and you'll see what we mean. And Pete Davidson sucks dick. Next up, one thing I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and we just haven't had a little bit of a chance to do, is Interview with a Vampire on AMC. They dropped the trailer at San Diego Comic-Con this weekend, and I'm intrigued. Now, they dropped a teaser from that trailer last week sometime that featured Eric Bogosian, the playwright, actor, screenwriter, and when that dropped last week, that kind of pumped my excitement up for this because I love Eric Bogosian. I think he is one of those 80s playwrights that just had that voice of fucking America in his world, and I love his shit. One of my favorite things of his was talk radio, and he even starred in the movie adaptation of it. Ziggy, you're in radio. You've got to know this movie.
It's a slight inspiration to why I did get into radio. So.
Yeah. It's an Oliver
Aside
Stone
from
flick.
the being killed on the air part.
Right. It's an Oliver Stone flick. Michael Wincott is in it.
Yes.
I forgot about that until just now. But one of my favorite kind of just talky movies. Alec Baldwin's in it too. I forgot about that. I gotta watch this again now.
Yeah.
But
how do you dial
anyway.
a telephone with a straitjacket on?
Anyway, who started the last one?
Colonel.
Okay, Ziggy, what'd you think of this new Interview with the Vampire trailer?
First thing that hit me, this looks way more true to the novels. That's what hit me the hardest on it. But I don't know, man. Maybe I got to go read the book again. I don't remember being quite so feminine and stuff like that, like the two guys like that. You know what I mean? But I digress because we're going back to that time. I got to read the book again, man. But I mean, it's definitely different from the one we got with Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Kristen Dunst, and all them. But I'm excited for this. This looks like, and how many parts are they doing this? Is this just one movie, or are they doing this in parts?
No,
like
it's
a series.
It's a series.
Oh yes, see that's what this is what they needed to do with Anne Rice's material, because now, they can really get into the fucking nuances and the things that are really deep about these stories. So this is going to be fucking great, man.
Right. I'll try to look up some information. Yeah, I thought the adaptation we got
good
from Neil Jordan and with Tom Cruise and Kirsten Dunst and Brad Pitt, that was great for the 90s.
Yeah.
But it needed more, and this I think will definitely have the room to grow with that. Colonel, what do you think about this trailer?
I thought it looked interesting. Like I said, I have such a love for the 90s film. I'm kind of about this. And I'll be honest, even after watching the trailer, is it going to be enough for me to get an AMC Plus subscription just to watch it? That's where I'm at. Still, even it looks interesting. I'm sure it's going to be good. I like the amount of blood I saw. And to kind of, the SAG's point, I'd always seen vampires as like, was a pansexual.
Yeah.
They use that erotic stuff to bring their victims in, so regardless of gender. So I picked up on that too. That's pretty heavy in the 90s movie. It's pretty heavy in any vampire movie other than, Dracula in the 30s, because they couldn't get away with that. Hell, Daughter of Dracula, they threw a fit about that.
Have you ever read the books, Colonel?
Huh?
Have you ever read the books?
I attempted to read the book, but I was probably too young. I wouldn't say I was too young to read it. I was a teenager. I just don't think it really got my attention.
I understand totally.
So it's something I probably should read again. I wonder if my mom still has her copies of the Vampire Chronicles. I might borrow those from her and read them. Like I said, it looks good. I mean, it don't look bad at all. I just don't know it's going to be enough for me to get an AMC Plus subscription and watch it.
Well, I mean, this may be one that I have to watch like week to week, which I try not to do with a whole lot of shows. I try to just binge everything whenever I get a chance to do it. I hope that the show is quality enough to retain viewers enough for them to go through the other books, because I think that's kind of the plan, is to do, maybe a year, maybe 2 seasons of Interview with the Vampire, and then maybe jump to the Vampire Lestat, do a season, maybe 2 seasons of that, and then jump to the next book, and so on and so forth and so forth.
The Dan. Yes.
Oh man, dude, that is exactly what quality work like those novels needs in an adaptation. You can't squeeze it all into 2 hours, 2.5 hours. You just can't fucking do it.
See, dude, this is, along with this, and this got me thinking about it again, is the Necroscope series they're bringing to us.
Right.
This is the same. We haven't heard boo. There's not a fucking peep on that either. I've searched just to see. I don't know, man. Maybe this shit got shelved again. But as far as Interview with the Vampire, I mean, it looks like they're doing it right. So they got me to start. I'm going to be there opening night. We'll see where we go from there. I'll give it that first episode, and we'll definitely see how they set it up. And they're going to tell you right there whether or not we're going to proceed with that first episode. It has to.
Well, And AMC is proud enough of what they've gotten so far, at least, to pair it with The Walking Dead. So it looks like it's going to be airing right after The Walking Dead this last episode season. So I'm assuming 8 episodes, maybe.
Well,
I don't know if we're going to get any more than like 10. I don't know if we're getting as few as 6. I don't fucking know. But
I'm in. I'm fucking in. I'm in, man. I can't wait.
I want to hit a couple of comments here.
Yeah.
From our last, the Halloween Ends. Tarek says, there's uncountable assholes out there speculating. That doesn't mean you shouldn't speculate. We are the Roman mob, and we want it. Appreciate it. We may have more for you in that realm later on down the road, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, we
Corey
bitch and complain, but it's fucking coming, man. By the way, Corey, before you go, ship your address over to either Crank or myself privately so we can get your poster in the mail. I don't know if you were here when I said that at the top of the show.
Yep. Corey says that it's ending I'm excited for. The flashback scene and the little girl returning were the only good aspects of Halloween Kills. Yeah, pretty much.
Flashback, yeah, that was epic.
That flashback was
That
good,
flashback said that movie was failed because it's so damn good.
Yeah, no doubt. That was the best part of the fucking movie. Dave says, all I know is I was stoked about this trilogy and they outright fucked it up.
Hey, he's right, he's right.
Tarek says, interview? What the fuck? Seriously? I hadn't seen anything about that. Guess I need to check that trailer out. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it looks solid, man.
It looks good.
Fucking solid.
It made me want to read the book instantly, man.
I do too, man. I do too. I put it on my bedside table too.
Yeah.
I pulled it down. I was like, I might get to it. I'm never gonna get to it.
It's in there in the storage room somewhere amongst all kinds of other books that I would love to read again. All my King shit, all my Kuhn stuff is in there. Yeah,
yeah. S. Michael says, I'm going to Washington, D.C. for my birthday this weekend. Happy birthday, sir.
Happy birthday.
What day is yours, S. Michael? When I come back, I'm watching They, Them in the theater and probably Prey as well. Both of them premiere on the 5th. And we're going to do a little bit of a review on Prey the 8th.
I was going to say, They, Them has my interest. I do want to see that one.
I want to see that too, in a way. I love
Kevin Bacon, but I hope it's more of a tongue-in-cheek poking fun at the they-them kind of shit. Then we'll see. You know?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know, though. The way what I'm reading is it's like a they-them production kind of thing. So that's cool. Let's see it, though. And you got Kevin Bacon, so that's good enough for me. Check it out.
Kevin Bacon.
Yep, and there's some more Bacon love coming. Trailer from Tarek. The trailer for They, Them really got me interested, but I'll admit Bacon is selling at least 50% of that.
Right.
I need to see that man go evil again.
Oh.
Please.
Dude.
S. Michael said, okay, so yours is Saturday, huh? Excellent timing. Mine's Sunday. So. The Tarek also says, come on, man. My wife and I embrace our Gen X-ness. Even if the whole season is out, we only watch one episode every weekend. It's fiction edging. I like that. That does
okay, sounds gross.
But Lorena likes it. Fiction edging. I'm going to use that.
Yep.
And
we'll break the
she
Tarek.
says, give you full credit. And he says, I'm not convinced I want full credit for that yet. She says, original content deserves full credit. Absolutely. Anyway, I'm excited for Interview with the Vampire. I hope it's well done. We'll wait to see. Comes out October 2nd on AMC. So, check it out if you get a chance.
Fucking in. Fucking in.
All right, let's wrap this up, baby dolls. I think I just saw a little note.
So. Yep, there it is. I got my sound effects over that private message thing. Sorry.
Okay. All right, so Ziggy, send them out for the night.
Oh, man. Well, there you go. Nope. You should go see it. And Halloween trailer, yep. It looks like there's no escaping this fucking whirlpool of horrible. And Interview the Vampire, man. Stoked. And stoked for the fucking Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2 soundtrack finally getting the commercial release it deserves. Damn, folks. It's coming up. Motor City Nightmares this weekend. Anybody in the Michigan or surrounding areas would like to join me? I'm going to be stomping around there probably Friday and maybe Saturday afternoon for a bit. I have to work either the morning or the afternoon on Saturday, so I can't go both days. So I'm going to go one. Julian Sands not coming. He had to back out due to a film commitment. I'm crushed. But we still have Alice Kriege. And the guy who played Peter in Dawn of the Dead, whose name slips me at the moment. So, yeah.
Ken Forey.
No. He's going to be there too, but Peter. Roger. Roger's going to be there. Roger's the one that never comes to the fucking cons anymore. So, at least I've never seen him there.
Well, you gotta get those autographs to match mine, man.
I'm catching up, Colonel. And also, since I'm hearing... Even we got Oklahoma coming up the following week, and we'll be covering that too. But it sounds like Charles Cypress and Nancy Loomis is not going to be there.
Maybe not. It's still up in the air.
It's up in the air. So I'm going to cover my ass, and I'm going to go meet them here in Motor City Nightmares this weekend coming up, so I can get that knocked out. Because I got to have them sign my fucking Fog record up. That's almost like the entire focus of this trip at this point. But
Please.
Oh man. Thank you so much, everybody. We fucking love you, and the stuff is coming down. We got all this shit happening. We got some really cool guests. Man, if you hang with us till that Scream 4 talk, the homeowners, this shit is amazing. I can't wait to share it with you. We'll see you next week.
Pumped about this.
I am, dude. I wasn't until I talked to these people. Nobody's heard these fucking stories, man. It's so good. I can't wait.
He says that every time he brings us up to. Nobody's heard these fucking stories, man.
You never heard it.
He never heard it.
Nobody heard a story.
Won't let me in. Colonel, send them out.
Thanks for tuning in tonight. This is a lot of fun. Like I said, if you haven't seen Nope, go see it. It's a great fucking movie. The Prom Night 2, Mary Lou. You want to get that. That's cool as shit. Like I said, if you're a collector, you're going to want to get that.
Yeah.
And, I like to keep it short and sweet at the end of the show, so don't get sick, wash your dick, and don't smell like a Scuba Steve used Summer's Eve.
Yep. All right, next week, guys, hopefully we'll be doing another edition of Curse Your Luck. We're going to be looking for contestants soon, so pay attention to our social media for that, and jump on. Join us next Monday. Maybe you can win some prizes. I don't even know what we've got yet, but we'll find something.
There's something really cool in there. But I ain't even saying it until we got confirmed contestants. And if you guys don't want to be contestants, you're going to miss out. It's some cool shit.
That's right. And the week after that, we will be talking about Oklahoma City HorrorCon. That will be August. We'll be talking about August 8th. The event is going on August 6th and 7th. We're not quite sure where Ziggy will be on the 8th, but he may be sitting here next to me at this desk or something. Maybe. I can't remember when your flight leaves that week.
I bought those fucking tickets like 3 months ago, so I have no idea. I have to look it up again. I'm either leaving Monday night or Tuesday night, one of the two. I don't remember.
Yep. And then we do have some special guests starting to show up around August 15th. We'll keep you more informed about that as we get closer. Thank you all for watching. And one last time, thanks to our members, our final girls, Corey, Chris, Lorena, Christy, Luke, S. Michael, Patricia, Tanya, and Tyrone, our Crazy Ralphs, Angelo, and Raymond, and our camp counselors, Stacy, Orlando, Kiara, and Dave. And until next time, folks, have a great week. We will catch you next Monday. Woo!
Asshole!
Assholes woman. Woo!
God damn it.